Every Monday night on 88.1, it's Pat and Aly. Yeah, you heard me, son.
You're gonna get your news, you're gonna get it right from 6 to 8 on Monday night.
Pat loves T-Swift, and everyone knows it, because every week, he always shows it.
Well, Aly's got a thing for Channing Tatum, even though she's never gonna date him.
Celebrity gossip and the weirdest news. Tune on in, we won't make you snooze.
KDPS is where it's at. We're a shuffle station, and that's that.
Tune in to Pat and Aly, Mondays from 6 to 8 on The Edge, 88.1. Hello, Des Moines. You are listening to KDPS 88.1 with Aly and Patrek. And we're here with you guys tonight after the men's basketball game versus William Penn. Sadly, we didn't quite make the cut tonight. We lost by, was it 2?
I believe it was. And the game came down. They had a half-court three to try and win the game, and it was Kevin Smith, I believe, and it went off the backboard. I mean, it was a close game.
Sadly, we just didn't get it, but we'll get them next time. Also, let's see. Let's look over here. It looks like we've got some weather for you today. Patrek,
yes, we do.
Take that away?
I'd love to. And it looks like we're going to get a heat wave coming in, actually. Towards the end of the week, I'm going to let you know, give you a little hint, we're going to be in the 50s. But tomorrow, Thursday, we got a high of 21, mostly sunny, low of 12. Friday, we got partly sunny, high of 32, low of 20. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 37, low of 27. Sunday, mostly sunny again, 40 is the high, 26 is the low. And then Monday, same thing, mostly sunny, 39, low of 28. High of 43 on Tuesday, mostly sunny, 30 degrees is the low. And then on Wednesday, 50 degrees is the high with mostly sunny and a low of 32. So there's going to be sun every day, no snow.
I'm a large fan of no snow. That is going to be, that's always a good thing.
Exactly. I cannot wait. But we've got some interesting stuff for you now. We're going to talk about Lindsay Lohan. We're going to give you the lowdown on the Iowa-Wisconsin basketball game, which is in overtime right now. The Hawks trail by 2 right now with a minute 16 to go. So we'll get you updated on that and much more tonight.
Yep.
So.
All right, well, we're going to get to the music right now. It looks like we've got Lately by Macy Gray.
All right, this is KDPS 88.1, The Edge, and that was What's My Name by Rihanna and Drake. And Aly has a very interesting story for us.
Okay, so as you may know, whenever you become older, you sometimes, get a little slower. You don't take on challenges as much as someone who's, say, in their 20s or 30s. But this British woman, who is 71 years old, has now been dubbed Super Gran by newspapers. She decided that whenever she saw a gang of 6 robbers taking over a jewelry store, she would go and stop the heist by hitting them with her purse. She succeeded, actually.
No way.
Yeah, they had sledgehammers, and she kicked the crap out of them.
Wow. Sledgehammers, and she came on top with the purse.
Okay, the paper in Britain also reported that she suffers from arthritis, which periodically becomes so bad that she uses a wheelchair. This lady had one heck of an adrenaline rush.
Oh my gosh, that is incredible.
Yeah, so apparently what happened was she thought she saw a young man being beat up. And so that's whenever she rushed over because she didn't want to be a bystander just, seeing this happen. And then whenever she realized that it was a heist of a jewelry store, she didn't want that to happen either. So she's like, okay, my maternal instincts are kicking in. I'm going to tell him to stop it.
All right, that makes sense. I mean, I could see the old lady. She's probably been through a lot. She has that instinct that they're talking about. And I'm just impressed that with her arthritis and everything that she was able to pull through and stop them. How many of them were there?
There were 6 of them.
Oh my
and
gosh. I don't even think I could take on 6 people with sledgehammers.
I don't think so either. This is one of those situations where you hear about the mom that, suddenly can lift the car off the baby. Or,
saves the day.
Yeah, one of those kind of things. So Super Gran, you got it. You are my hero today.
Grandma saves the day. That is pretty incredible. I mean, not many times that you see grandmas do that. I kind of wish I was one of those innocent bystanders so I could see this because... Is it on video at all?
It is. Actually, if you go to msnbc.com, you can go and you can actually click on the link It's actually on their homepage. It's called Rubber Bashing Super Grand. I use a wheelchair, and there's a...
It was on Today Show?
Yeah, I actually saw it this morning when I was getting ready for class on the Today Show. There's a little segment on it.
All right, there you go. MSNBC.com. Click on the link. You can check out this cool video. But we have a prize giveaway to give this week, and it is a $10 gift certificate to the Olive Garden. The Olive Garden is located in West Des Moines and now in Ankeny. And we're giving it to the first caller that calls at 263-2985. That number again is 263-2985. We'll be taking the first caller, and you can win a $10 gift card to the Olive Garden. So call in quickly. But now we got to get back to our next song, which is Hollywood by Michael Bublé.
Good evening. You're listening to KDPS 88.1 FM with Aly and Patrek.
Hello.
And we're about to let you guys go for the night. But one thing before we do let you go, we've got a little announcement. Voss and Lee, they had a little bet going. And Ed Voss lost this year's Super Bowl wager. He picked the Packers to win by 7, and they won by only 6 points.
Ouch.
So Suzanne has decided to make Ed go get his first ever manicure. It's going to be from 6 to 7 p.m. on Tuesday, February 15th. And Voss and Lee will be giving live reports to the Casey and Macy show on KDPS 88.1.
And here's a little background on Ed in case you haven't tuned into their show before. They have a very good show. He's a very, very nice guy, very funny person also. He's a 20-year veteran who served around the world, and this is his first manicure, as Aly said. And you get play-by-play, will he cry, what color polish, the whole everything. And so it's gonna be pretty interesting. I'd want to tune in if I were you.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting show. But do you want to know what Suzanne was going to have to do if she would have lost?
What was she going to have to do?
She was going to have to drive Ed's tractor into town and fill it up with gas at the Casey's.
Oh my gosh, that would be embarrassing.
So I'm not really sure. Which one would have been funnier?
I think the tractor one would have been funnier. I'm from Bondurant, and I've lived in a small town all my life, so driving a tractor into Casey's to get gas wouldn't be a big deal to me at all. But for someone, I'm not sure. She must have lived in a city and not been around tractors that much.
I'm going to assume so. Just from seeing her in person, I feel like driving a tractor isn't one of her everyday activities. So
I think you're right.
All right, so again, let's see. It's going to be 6 to 7 p.m. on the Casey and Macy show on Tuesday, February 15th. So tune in and listen to Voss and Lee.
Definitely. Giving props. That's going to be a good show. That'll be interesting to hear. I'll definitely be tuning in. But it's been a short night. You know, we've got basketball games. There's 2 more basketball games this next week and then the week after that. And then from then on, we'll have a full 2-hour show to give you, which will be good. We'll be getting in a rhythm. It's kind of hard to get into a rhythm when you've got, basketball games every week, but we're doing our best. We got a 45-minute show for you. We'll try and get you a 2-hour show coming up soon. So
because you know that you love us.
Exactly. So on that note, we're gonna have to call it a night. For Patrek
and Aly,
we're signing off. Good evening, everybody. You're listening to The Edge, 88.1 KDPS. This is Patrek.
And Aly.
And we've got some good stuff for you. A little preview of what we've got ahead tonight. We've got a trucker saved from choking by his own car, or his own semi crashing. That sounds pretty crazy, doesn't it?
It does, actually. I'm kind of interested to hear what that one's about.
Yeah, well, guess what, everybody? You're going to find out in a little while. We've also got a 375-pound shark leaping into a boat. What happens next? You'll find out.
And finally, it looks like we've got an honor student who went a little crazy.
Not very honorable, if you ask me.
Not very honorable. Apparently, they pistol-whipped her mom because she wouldn't get a sports car.
All right. So we got more coming there. And, well, right now we've got some weather for you guys. We have the 7-day forecast. Well, it looks like on Thursday, tomorrow, we're going to have slight chance of showers, I believe about 40%, high of 50 and a low of 37. What do you got on Friday, Aly?
Friday looks like it's going to be a high of 53, mostly cloudy, and a low of 37.
On Saturday, we've got mostly sunny, a high of 57 and a low of 40.
And let's see, on Monday we've got a high of 47, a low of 32 with some rain.
Yep, looks like we're going to get some rain. And then on Tuesday we've got mostly sunny again, high of 50 and a low of 32.
And finally, Wednesday, it looks like it's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 57. That is almost 60 degrees,
That's
my
what
friend.
I like to hear.
And a low of 33, which isn't freezing.
I like it. 3 out of those 7 days, it looks like there's going to be snow, and it looks like we're only going to have precipitation on 2, maybe 3 of them. So I like where the weather's going. It's April, so it better start getting warmer soon. If it doesn't, I'm probably going to cry.
Please don't cry. We're almost done. It's almost spring, and it'll just be raining all the time, and then it'll be summer, and it'll be nice every day. So
exactly. We just got to get through it. We can do it.
We can do it. But
all
everybody, we are going to get back to the music now. It looks like we've got Whip My Hair by Willow Smith. Good evening, everyone. You're listening to KDPS 88.1 FM with Aly
And Patrick.
And we are starting off our news segment for this evening, and we are coming to you from Reading, Pennsylvania. What's going on there, Patrick?
Well, a very fortunate circumstance, but a very unusual one to say the least. Well, a Pennsylvania trucker was driving down the road and began to choke on an apple that he was eating on a busy highway in Reading when he started choking, and he lost consciousness at this point, and his truck crashed into a concrete median.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the kicker is the crash into the median. His chest hit the steering wheel and dislodged the apple from his throat, and he regained consciousness, and the crash is probably the reason that he's living today.
You don't hear that too often.
No. But
that is something new.
That's very new. I've never heard of something anywhere like that, but the kind of humor that is in this is that it does say that police recovered the chunk of the apple from the dashboard, so he shot it pretty far. He got some good distance on it. Wow.
Well, apparently the investigators spoke with the doctors who backed up their conclusion that the accident was what dislodged the offending fruit.
That is incredible. So if that guy did not lose consciousness and crash, he would be not with us today, I don't have a feeling.
Yeah, again, this is just odd to hear. Thank goodness he got in the car accident.
Yeah, thank you. That's the only time I think I'll ever say, good thing you got in that accident.
That's not something you often hear. Normally you'd think, okay, hopefully he'd, pull over so he could, try and, cough it up or something. But no, he just, decided to pass out and get into a car accident, and I saved him.
He probably tried to clear his throat and realized it wasn't working, and then probably... I've actually choked on a Hershey's Kiss before in 6th grade.
Really?
And, yeah, we were doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and my teacher gave me the Heimlich, and it went all over my neighbor's desk.
Oh.
And it was very gross.
Oh.
I had powdered donuts for breakfast that day.
Oh, you don't need to explain it anymore.
Why not? Why not?
I think everyone gets your picture. Thank you for that.
I'm pretty sure everyone enjoys hearing my stories.
Thank you for that visual, Patrick.
You are very welcome.
I really enjoyed that. I think that we are done talking about that now.
On that note, well, what do we got next on music tonight?
It looks like we've got some Kid Cudi coming up, so we will talk to you guys in a little bit.
You bet. Enjoy this. All right, everybody, you're listening to The Edge, 88.1 KDPS, and that was the advertisement for Arena Cross at Wells Fargo Arena for Saturday, April 9th at 7 p.m., and we will be giving out... How many tickets is this?
Looks like we're going to be giving
good old
out
2 tickets.
2 tickets.
Yeah, 2 tickets for Arena Cross. We'll be giving that to the first caller at 263-2985. That number again is 263-2985. Be the first caller, and you will win yourself a pair of Arena Cross tickets.
This is for Saturday, April 9th at 7 p.m., so go ahead and give us a call.
You bet. And our next song will be Grenade by Bruno Mars. All right, everybody, that was Lupe Fiasco with Out of My Head. And coming up, we got this really weird story out of Freeport, Texas. Aly, please enlighten me.
Yeah, so, title, Catch of a Lifetime. But it's not really clear whether the 8-foot shark was caught or caught them. Jason Cressy was 29 out of Freeport, and 2 of his crew members had been fishing for red snapper about 50 miles out of the Gulf of Mexico. They were dumping fish guts into the water at about 3:45 a.m., and they heard 2 big splashes in the distance. All
right, so it's dark, and you can't really see, and Cressy told the AP, all of a sudden, something hit the side of the boat, and he ended up landing on the back of the boat. And this shark is just a huge shark. 375-pound Mako shark. What would you do if a 375-pound Mako shark landed on your boat?
Well, I wouldn't walk towards it, for one thing.
Good idea.
It's like animals on land. If they come to you, it normally means there's something wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is not at all the same situation, because this didn't only come to them, this is coming at them with teeth and blood and everything. So I would run as far away and be on the front of the boat, hanging off almost into the water.
We don't know how big this boat was, but it can't be that huge of a boat. But that shark has got to take up a lot of that boat, and it was violently thrashing and stuff when it got on land, and it damaged the boat. But it did die several hours later.
Well, Cressy had been fishing since he was a child, and obviously nothing had ever happened like this before. I'm pretty sure this is 1 in a million chance. But he said that this unplanned catch was a shock, and just unloading it was a challenge because it was so heavy. They actually had to use a forklift to get it off the boat when they got to the dock.
That is incredible. Most people, I'm not sure if people fish for Mako sharks. I'm sure they do.
Can they?
I don't know. Maybe not, because apparently, since the shark's death was an accident, there will be no violation, is what the DNR said. So maybe there is a violation if you do.
Yeah. Well, I know on here it says that the crew didn't have a permit to catch sharks, so apparently you can get a permit to catch sharks. I just wonder if certain types of sharks.
Yeah,
maybe?
that might. Okay, because you have to have a permit. Some, I don't know. Maybe it was included in that little bit that you can catch. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But they contacted federal fisheries officials on shore whenever they were still out on the ocean to get one. And the spokesperson for the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department said that there's no violation because, it was an accident, the shark's death. It's not like they were like, come on, fishy, jump into the boat.
They didn't really tempt him. They were throwing fish guts, but that was just natural. I mean, they had to get rid of it somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, so, maybe it's because they were up front that they don't have any violations or anything like that. But that's just a crazy story. Lucky them, and they got a picture to prove it. So
yeah, what do they do with the shark now?
I'm not sure, but it does. I don't know what I would do with that, but they actually, apparently a local restaurant wanted it because now it is on display about 55 miles south of Houston at a seafood business in Freeport. So.
Okay. Well, that's kind of sad that that's how it ended, but at least they didn't kill it on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go over and pick it up and throw it back in. It's 345 pounds. It's not something that's easily done,
That's true. All right, I'll give it to them this time. It's okay that they mounted an animal on the wall just because it was an accident and they had nothing else to do with it.
There you go. They crazy coincidence there. But we got coming up here is we got some Miley Cyrus, When I Look at You. All right, everybody, that was the newest Disturbed song. And we've got one more segment for you tonight, and it comes from Fort Myers, Florida.
So I know all of you would love to have these brilliant children that we refer to as honor students. But this one is accused of using a stolen gun to pistol whip and then threaten her mother in order to get a sports car. And this is according to the Lee County Sheriff's Office.
Sounds very honorable to me.
I don't see anything wrong with that. I was an honor student in high school. I mean, why shouldn't I get a sports car, right?
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, she's not the one clearly paying for the sports car.
This is true. So Thursday on March 24th, the 17-year-old Rachel Hachero called her mom from a car dealership and asked her to co-sign a loan for a vehicle. So she was obviously going to pay some of it.
Okay, she was going to pay some of it, but
maybe even all of it.
Yeah, but she needed that co-sign.
She did. And that would put it back on the mom if she couldn't pay.
Exactly.
So whenever her mom refused to co-sign this loan, Rachel threatened to kill her. That's a little harsh, if you ask me.
Okay, that is a little harsh, but at the same time, her mom should have co-signed it. She's volunteering to pay for it. I mean,
So you're blaming the mom?
I'm blaming the mom. The mom should have co-signed it.
Okay. If my 17-year-old goes, Mom, I'm at the car dealership, get up here so you can sign this, so you can take liability in case I can't pay for it, I would be like, excuse you, child. First of all, let's get one thing straight. I am the mom here, and you are the child, and I will tell you what you can and cannot do.
She is 17 years old, but she will be in college soon enough, and she'll be able to make her own decisions. Therefore, I think she should start making them now.
But again, she still has to rely on the parent. That's the problem.
But if she's co-signing a loan, then she should be able to, she should be able to take care of it. So I think she was completely in the right here.
I think the threat to kill her was a little far, but
That might have been a little too far.
yeah. Okay, so around 7 p.m. that night, Rachel arrived at their home and confronted her mom with a 9mm. She struck her mom in the head with the gun, and then she pointed the gun at her head and told her they were going to the car dealership and demanded that her mom co-sign for the car.
Looks like we're going to the car dealership then.
So then Rachel and her mom went to the Nissan dealer, and her mom signed for the car. Rachel left in the 2004 black Nissan, and after contacting deputies, then reporting the incident, Linda told her that she didn't want to prosecute her daughter because she's an honor student who's been accepted to several Ivy League colleges and scholarships.
Yes, might I say again, very honorable. I don't think so, but she did have a point. She did deserve that car based on her grades, I think. But that's what we got for this one, and coming up next, we've got Shuffle Station ID.
All right, everybody, you've been listening to KDPS 88.1 FM with Aly.
And Patrick.
And we are about done for the evening. Our shift is over at 10 o'clock this evening, so we are about done. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've been enjoying our stories. Let's see, we talked about some sharks.
We talked about, what was it?
It was apple.
The apple. That was probably one of the best. I think that was my favorite story of the night.
Well, don't forget about the girl that totally took out her mom when pistol whipped her.
The very honorable student. Don't forget about her. Otherwise, she'll pistol whip us.
She's the winner of the evening, I'd have to say.
Oh, I got to give it to the apple.
Really?
And that's just crazy. People kill people all the time or threaten to kill people. How many times does a car crash save someone's life?
Touche. I'll give it to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, but that's it for this evening. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. For Aly
and Patrick, we'll be back next week, 8 to 10.
See ya.
Have a good night. We are signing off.